So my plan today is just to kind of spend a relaxing day in Popovo, which is an easy thing to do. Wander around, check things out. So peaceful. I've got a lot of mental fatigue. Understandable. I'm going to try really hard to not jump online and get all involved in the jabber jabber. I need to take a break. I'm going to show you this place over here. So here's a shoe store. Again, this is Popovo. Popovo is the town. Like, we live in a village, but this is the town. This is like where you'd come in to buy things that you can't buy in the village, which is a lot of things you can buy in the village enough to get by, right? I'm going to show you this is a very nice bakery kind of a situation. You've got that says banitsa. It's a very popular breakfast food here, like pastry with like phyllo dough kind of thing with some cheese in it. Very, very common. They even eat little pizzas for breakfast and stuff. You can ask for these things warmed. Looks really good. So those are like around $1.25 a piece. Those chicken sandwiches are about $2 a piece. Got some fresh vegetables in those guys. That says kifte. So well, meat patties in there. That's another really popular food here. I think I'll show you the desserts. For a town this size, this is a really quite impressive display, I think, of choices, and would surprise people to find this in Bulgaria. This would be really fancy for home in Orlando. I'm not, sure the quality or how the freshness. I haven't eaten much of these, but nice little seating. I can hang out in here. Thank you. I think it makes some people uncomfortable how indiscriminate I can be at times with my photography and my video, perceiving it as disrespectful. There are some people that might be put up a little bit, but they have closed circuit cameras all over the place. I mean, everybody's being filmed everywhere, and it's a dual purpose thing, It has value for Bulgaria for me to help showcase it like this. So I have been doing this for so many years, documenting the world. I try to be respectful, but I'm not anal about it, This has not always been open. Like, you could tell that it was open sometimes, but maybe out of business or just closed temporarily. We got some young people. I think these guys are getting ready to go to school. I might have something here. Go look at their menu anyway. Ooh. Let's see what they have. Oh, so I think what's going on here, I'm not sure, but I think they might sell things like by the kilo. That's a by the kilo price. When I get home later and I watch this again, I'll probably be able to figure out what I'm looking at, what those products are. Maybe barbecued meats or something. But then they also have like meal deals with kind of equivalent to a burger, fry, and bread. See, one's for $7.50. So you take that by about half to calculate the dollars. Menus are very similar from one place to another. And then there's your sodas. I do love that they also have drinkable yogurt. That's called ayran. And Bulgaria is famous for its yogurt cultures. And sometimes when I drink one of those, and I haven't had one for a long time, it tastes like exactly what my body is hungry for. It reminds me when they first came out with like Gatorade and drinks that you could buy that had electrolytes in them. You're like, whoa, yeah, that's really fantastic. So all around the world, if you look on a label at a yogurt container and you look at the different kinds of bacteria that are in there that are used to make yogurt, it's a bacteria that turns milk into yogurt, a variety of them. And the Bulgarian, it says the first letters of the word Bulgaria in front of the word, so you'll know. World famous. Meso. That's the butcher shop right there. So I get a lot of funny looks, but they're more curiosity, you know. They, I think it could be perceived as being unfriendly looks, but the Bulgarians are not unfriendly. They're quick to smile, quick to be helpful. This place is open up. It has like various kinds of home goods. I peeked around there the other day just out of curiosity. I absolutely do not need anything. My little house has so many possibilities. That's really interesting. It looks like it's closed right now, but that's actually a milk machine where you can come in when it's open. You can buy fresh milk in your own little container. And someone showed me the pasture the other day where that milk, the cows that milk comes from. This is where they have water management. You can see that this probably had a lot more water flowing through here at one point. I don't know the history behind all this. And what we're looking at here is the back of the farmer's market. So these are all the stalls. So when the whoever it is that comes to sell the produce and that kind of thing, they'll park behind here. I can remember walking past here one time and there was someone selling chiclets, you know, little chicks, little baby chicks in a box. I've seen all kinds of things being sold back behind here. It took me a while to discover. Let's walk down that way. I haven't walked down that way in a long time. See if we can go in there from the back side. There's the glass recycling. There is some recycling here. What a sore topic, huh? Recycling. Really different realities all around the world with that. It's just cold enough, maybe like 45 or so. It's brisk, but what a pretty sky. Now we're just a couple days before Easter, so that's relevant because there's, you know, family gatherings going on, all kinds of things going on that I'm still kind of figuring out. So I might either find places busier than usual or completely empty, sort of depending on what their traditions are. It's not like at home where you can just go in Walmart any old day and go in Target any old day. I can remember when that wasn't the case. And when these stores started opening up on Sunday and stuff, it made me sad because I felt like that family time, those days of rest, you know, I understand people need things when they want them sometimes, but anyway, it made me sad. Okay, so see right here, this is the gate. It's open. You can go into the farmer's market. On the weekends, this is like really full of produce usually. It's a little early in the season still. I would imagine we're going to find some places selling stuff. From here, you see that says home textile secondhand. That's one of the first places I go if I like need a little rug or something. Some of it's like IKEA, but some of it's authentic, traditional Bulgarian, which is my preference. Also back here there looks like a beauty shop. I've never checked that out. But there's like a hardware-y kind of store here where I went on and on the other day about plastic and about how I bought some rolled plastic that I keep on hand. They put that stuff out front. And I just came and pointed out how many meters I wanted, you know, and they cut it for me. Easy peasy. And you saw how far of a walk this is from the bus station. It's just not. Okay, this is something I need to stop and look at because I don't have experience with strimmers or weed eaters, whatever you want to call them. But I want one that I can manage, and I want one that's strong, that can cut through some of this crap. So I am open to, I don't think I want the ones with little strings. I want one with blades. Husqvarna, I know that's a good brand. I've definitely learned here that you don't want to buy the least expensive, because things just do not last. It's really unfortunate because people don't have so much money. And it's more expensive to buy cheap crap and have it break than it is to buy something that'll last. But if you don't have the money to do it, you don't have the money to do it, you know. This looks to me like this is some kind of a feed store. See the bags of feed. I don't know much about that, but at least I can tell that's what that is now. I couldn't always do that. I haven't been in here. It looks like a children's clothing and stuff store, and we're on the back side now. If I were to want to buy something, they would bring it over here and they would weigh it on the scales. See the weight on the scales? You see the little bags of bulb. Those are beans. You've got like a paprika, sweet ground red pepper of some kind. I would be able to tell. I'm not sure which herb that is. Maybe oregano. They don't grow kiwis here. Those kiwis are not from around here. These tomatoes do not look like they were grown around here. I think most of these things are imported. It's just too early in the season for those things. Dobre, merci. I gave him a little false alarm that I might need him. This is fun because it has like these cool old saloon style doors, right? The swinging doors and then the metal door on the outside. And it took me a long time to notice this place and actually go in. And then the lady was really nice. And here you can buy various fishes by the kilo. I'm not so experimental with that. There are some other meats and things that you can buy by the kilo. I'd really, much prefer to come into a place like this and support it and buy directly from someone, just like in the old days. And then I see the ramen soups in the tubs over there. Guess that's happening everywhere. And here you can see, even this is very novel for us at home, right? That would be the equivalent to an old wine barrel, I would guess. I think they probably make wine in there. Perhaps rakia, I don't really know. But making those kinds of things at home is something a lot of people still know how to do. And I don't give into plastics very often, but if I really, really need one of these things, I think this might have been where I bought those tough tubs before. This is the one I like, though. I like the one with the metal lid where it kind of sits in there. I might get one of those at some point to put the ashes in from the pechka. I'm still thinking about it. The pechka's what you call the wooden stove here. And here are the kinds of places where you can go and get what they would use on a homestead. That's like a meat grinder if you were making your own, you're putting your own meat in there and making your own sausage. What else do I see that I recognize? Get your keys cut here. These kinds of things, sometimes I was talking about these the other day. Sometimes they'll sell you these. You can buy them inexpensively. Hi. Video, okay? Video? Video, dobre.
Video.
Hi. Dobre, merci, video. Merci. Hello, America. Thank you. These kinds of brooms, they do use these, but they also use ones that don't have a handle on them like this. And they do it with their hand, Rasti. I don't know what he's saying, but, they're talking about me. It's okay. Kaki. See, he thinks I'm interested in a broom. Imam mi košta.
Baba Yaga metlata, ureda.
I'm just showing the friends. I'm just showing my friends. Baba Yagali. Baba Yaga. Maybe that means like a grandmother's broom. This is what I was talking about. See, these are very popular. They have, that. And then there's some without the plastic handle. That was probably a little bit less expensive. And it's also really practical too, because if you have one of these, you can have it where you can, you know how in the old days you would use a broom straw to light the fire? All of a sudden, I'm sitting there looking for something to get my fire going. I'm like, I can use a little broom straw to carry the flame. Maybe you saw the other day when the lighter exploded. Dadgum took my eyes out. So I usually kind of get to the front I usually come in from this side, and I've bought quite a bit of produce right here in the front. These are the prices for a kilo. So that's $5.50 leva, which is like around $2.25, like I said, and a kilo is about 2 pounds. So then I just kind of take the $2.25 and divide it by half. The tomatoes, these look like tasty tomatoes maybe. That $4.50 is high for here. I know in season they'll get considerably less expensive. Here's your dull bananas from somewhere. You've got fresh dill, fresh parsley, dobro utro. Oh, I love this lady with her blue hair. She's so cute. Her pretty blue hair. Oh, the eggplants have shown up. Those are not as fresh as some I saw the other day. That looks like sugar beets, maybe. Boy, they're big. Wow. Mnogo. Golam. Domashno. You really? You did. You grew those. Wow. Dobre. They're beautiful. Popovo. Okay, and then some of these things, they look kind of small, but you would think they're, like at home you would assume they're for cooking or eating, but they're here to stick them in the ground and grow more, right? Some of them. What else we got? We've got more peppers. Oh, those are little bitty potatoes. Some beautiful. At home we call these zucchini. In much of Europe they call them courgette. Yeah, those are just now starting to come out. Rasti. We've got the mandarini, like tangerines, and jablka, or the apples. You can smell these herbs. It's really nice. And we've got spring onions. Look at all those spring onions. Yeah, big old bags of spring onions. Let's eat things in season. Look at the size of these lettuces. They're just gorgeous. Bags of new potatoes. And everybody was excited that the potatoes are coming out of the ground soon. So that bag of potatoes is like $2.50. I don't know how that compares at home. That seems a little expensive to me. But they are really pretty. Okay, and there's our little brooms again. I think that kind of covers it. See how they have these. This is an old hand-loomed. I shouldn't say I don't know that it's hand-loomed, but old rug. I have quite a few of these in my house, all different colors and patterns that don't go together. But that's part of what makes it fun. And they put them on here to keep the plastic and stuff from flying around, huh? Just practical. Let's see what else we got. This is where you would come and get your canning supplies. There's still a lot of home canning that goes on. Right there. You buy a whole thing full of jars for $4. You got your Nescafe. Nestle Corporation. Not on my happy list. I don't like even walking in the door here, honestly. The lady's really nice, but that's a whole room full of all different kinds of cleaning chemicals. It's hit me in the face. I think I'm going to walk on past that. I like the smells of nature. And here we have, this is interesting because I do have some produce in there. There might be, like maybe this is an organic kind of a shop or something. I'm not sure. Or maybe this is their stall in front of them. That doesn't seem like enough product to be able to have a shop, a successful shop. Bye-bye. I'll come back and buy things from them. Like Ryan calls that shaking the web. when everybody kind of gets excited because they think maybe you're going to buy something and they really need the sales. And I don't like doing that, but just heck, it's all, you got to find the balance. This is a kind of a salvia plant. Portulaca, verbena, begonia, sultana, also called impatiens, petunias. This is a great kind of plant because you can just take a little pinch off of it and start a new one. Pansies. And on the weekends, this area right here will be filled with sometimes fruit trees. I've seen it filled with pumpkins. I've seen it filled with all different kinds of things, just depending on the season. Take a look in here. I've had pastry from here before too. It's kind of like hot doggy things with cheese melted on them, different variations. Some sweet ones. So those are like $1.40 a piece for those big old, whatever they are. They don't serve coffee in there though, unfortunately. You get coffee or a pastry. This is a pretty place, pretty building. This is a floral shop, a florist shop. Hey, Kit Kat. What's new? What's the cat? Hi. Hi, Katze. Yeah. I bet she's going to be here soon. This little camper right here, I've seen before. There's like plants stored in there for later. That says apteca. And apteca, like if you know the word apothecary, an old-fashioned word for a drugstore, this is a pharmacy. This is kind of a money handling place where you can pay your telephone bill, your electric, your water, telephone, your cable TV. I don't recognize all of it. Hey, lad. Hi. Another coffee machine that hasn't always been there. Your modern fashion with your really quite funny mannequins. Making do with what you have access to. Go shopkeepers. You can see the influence, I think. I think there's a lot of influence from our street scene in America. I've shown this place before. You see those ribbons hanging down there? The purpose of that is to, in the summertime, to prevent bigger flying insects from flying right in the door, right? Keep it cool, and you kind of have to part them to go in. It's practical. They also do like little plastic chain kinds of things. This is the daily menu. Like a blue, what do we call it? A blue plate special, old terminology in America, where laborers would go and get a total meal, at a fixed price. Comfort food, affordable comfort food. One of my favorite little hardware stores. This lady always gives me a gigantic grin. She's so friendly and so helpful in there. Used clothing. I reached right on that rack and bought 2 pieces right off the end of this rack. Paid like $1 for the 2 pieces, and I've been wearing them every day like a uniform at home. Don't really need more than that. What are those? Like ski pants. When you see more expensive used clothing here, it's from Western Europe, usually somewhere. It gets brought in, and you can buy some of the things that will actually last at the used clothing stores. You can get your hair care stuff. This has like ladies makeup and hair bobbers and that kind of thing. Oh la la. And this is like a stationary kind of shop with a copy machine and some office supplies, minimal things, and a beautiful geranium. I see some wrapping paper in there. There's a calendar. Paco Rabanne. Oh, introducing the new intense fragrance. Sometimes when I walk up and someone's already looking away from me, I know they probably would prefer not to be on camera. So I try to honor that. They do a really nice job here with the annuals. Isn't that pretty? Pretty benches. This is what I mean about Popovo, right? It's calm, it's simple, it's comfortable. I can walk everywhere I need to go to get whatever I need done. That building was made in 1911. There's a lady not open right now. I think it's under that little red awning over there. She sells cups of sweet corn. You can get like margarine put on it, some other things sprinkled on it. It's very, a really nice snack. I'm just a little early, I think, for everything to be open, or it might be closed because it's Easter weekend coming up. That's what I was talking about. Just not really sure. Euroland. So this would be kind of your equivalent to a Walmart, I guess. Your everything store. Not quality for the most part. Let me see what the decoration choices are. That looks like a Orthodox Christian depiction. Picture frame. That's kind of funny. Fake oranges just sticking right off the end of the branch because, that's how they grow, right? I'm from Florida, so I'm being a little snarky. Hair styling kit. This little everything general shop. Another shoe store. We can be heroes just for one day. Though nothing will drive them away, we can deep to them just for one day. Though nothing will keep us together, we could steal time just for one day. We can be heroes forever and ever. What do you say? Ryan's joke would be, I hope they didn't pay their translator, because those are some pretty glaring typos. But the sentiment is kind of nice, I think. You got your gangster teddy bear. Again, that's American influenced initially, I believe. Streetwear. It's hip. Our people of color got style. They've given so much to our culture. And this is nice over here. We'll go back across. Fountain with a swan. Empty at the moment. The bust of somebody important, some hero figure. Let's see if I can tell. So he died 1894 to 1943. Kind of sounds like a World War II hero, maybe, huh? I think this building, which has been renovated since we've been coming back and forth here, or at least painted. Oh, how pretty is that? Okay, I think I'm going to stop here. I'll never get this thing loaded up. It'll be too long. Have a good one. This is Popovo.